Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, we're going to be going over how to make a metahuman. So first off, you can go to the Metahuman website. You can either just Google Metahuman Creator right here and go to it, or I will leave a link in the description. So you go to the website, you can choose the version you want to use. I would probably suggest just using the newest version. Then you hop in, launch Metahuman Creator. It can take a moment. And sometimes you can even get hit with a queue if there's like a lot of people using it. But yeah, you just wait on this to open up, and then you'll be able to start. Alright, so once you're in, you'll be hit with the page. I'm not sure how this works if you don't already have metahumans made. I'm guessing this tab is still there, but it's probably empty. But these are a bunch of metahumans that I have made. A ton of metahumans. I've definitely done a lot of stuff in here. But yeah, if you want to make one, you just go to the create tab, and then this will give you a bunch of starting options, a bunch of basically just starting points for basically a template kind of for how you would want your metahuman to look. So we're just gonna choose, let's choose this guy right here. And if you notice, it'll give you a little warning. We'll go over this a little bit more. But it'll say this metahuman uses grooms currently in development, only displayed at LODs at 0 and 1. Which, I'll go over some details about that once we get to the hair portion of this. But yeah, once you choose one, you choose create, and you get hit with this page. You get all your tabs over here for all your options. First thing I like to do is I like to go to blend. So the way blend works is you have your starting metahuman, and then you can choose 3 other metahumans to blend your character with. So say you can click and drag him up here. Let's click and drag this guy up here, and let's click and drag this guy up here. So the way the blend works, there are some tabs right here. You see blend, sculpt, and move. Move will just kind of move things around. Blend, you choose the little points on the metahuman, and you can click and drag, and it will blend to the character that is in that position. So you can go do that for each little position on your metahuman. So we'll just click and drag and blend them around. You also hold middle mouse button, and you can spin them around, get some different angles going. And we'll do that. So yeah, that's blend. You also have sculpt right here that is pretty similar. It doesn't blend between these characters at all. It just gives you the option to kind of move these points around like that. You can just change some things around. Like that. And then you have move, which, you can just, move the pieces that it gives you the option to. You also gotta look, there's, I don't know if it's on move, but I know on sculpt, there's, some places on the back of the head that you can sculpt, if I can find it. Usually there is. Yeah, like on the side of the head right here. And I feel like there was a point back here. Might be hiding. Oh yeah, right here. There's a point right here on the back of the head, and I think there's also one up here on the top of the head somewhere. Yep, that's how you blend and sculpt. Next thing we'll do, we'll move down to skin, so you can change the texture of the skin. You can also, if you want these points to go away so you can see a little bit better, you can just click on the one that you have chosen, and all those points will go away. So you can choose different textures. So basically, how the skin looks. So if you go, typically if you go further down, you'll get like a little bit like older kind of skin, or like rough, a little more rough around the edges kind of stuff. And then further down this way, you'll get some smoother, younger people looking skins. At least from what I can tell, that's how it works. So we'll do somewhere right in the middle, right in here. That looks all right. You can also choose the skin color. Just move that around. This changes basically the brightness, pretty much. Or no, this is pretty much the saturation, I believe, and then this is pretty much like brightness. Yeah, something like that. So you can also change the contrast. So contrast does that, and then roughness. Trying to get a little bit closer so you can kind of see the roughness. It's kind of hard to tell, but very, very subtle on the roughness. But yeah. Let me pull that down, change the skin color. He's looking a little yellow. Looking a little yellow in some spots there. Let me just pull this up a little bit right there. Alright, then you also have freckles. You have the options for freckles here. You can choose different freckles, the density. Let me pull the strength up. Can't really see it. The strength is really what's gonna make the freckles pop. And then you can change the density of the freckles. Tone shift. Saturation. Tone shift and saturation is also really, really subtle. Let me just go in. So yeah, makes it pop a little bit more. Tone shift. Oh god, those freckles. It looks like he's got some kind of disease. Yeah, we'll go back. I'm gonna go no freckles. You have accents. Just kind of like the redness. And I'm guessing a little bit of that yellowness that I'm seeing in the corner of his eyes and stuff, so we'll pull the saturation down. And yeah, you can choose each part that you want to kind of control. So right there, we'll pull the that's right under the eyes. I guess it's the nose that I'm looking at. I'm trying to find that yellow little spot in between the eyes. I guess they don't really have a good little way to control that color too much. But yeah, so that's skin, stuff you can do with skin. Then you got eyes, different eye presets here. If you go in, you can kind of see the details of the eyes. They kind of have different details. And then you can also go in to the iris here, change the color. Base color at least, and then detail color. We'll leave it at that. Blend method. Not too sure what the blend method does, honestly. I haven't really messed with that too much, but structural radial. So radial usually means like in a circle. So yeah, color balance, they have that. So I guess it'll blend between the base color and the detail color a little bit there. If you go down, it kind of gets more of that base color. And then if you go up, it gets more of that detail color. Color balance smoothness. Iris size. You can change the size of the iris there. Just make it really, really big. Iris saturation. Very subtle. Limbus darkness. So that's around the eyes right there. It gets really, really dark. And then they also have these these details right here. For the details on the iris. Sclera, that's basically the white part here. Sclera rotation. These are a lot of things I typically don't mess with. I'm typically not too picky when it comes to metahumans. I tend to, you know, I'll do the blend and I'll do the skin. I don't do too much with the teeth. Makeup, yeah, it depends. If I'm doing like a female character, or say if you're doing like a I don't know, like a male vampire or something like that, you can do some makeup and stuff there. But all right, we'll go to teeth. So they do have some decent options for teeth. I just typically don't mess with it. They can change variation. It'll change, you know, just kind of how the teeth are shaped. Pretty much, you change the length of the teeth, make them bigger, smaller. We'll go about where it was right there. Change the tooth color. You can make him a full-on smoker here. He's been smoking for 20 years. Let's give him nice pearly whites though. Gums, you can also change the gum color. Make them dark. Make them bright. We'll go right around there. And then the black color. You can change that. I don't know if it'll, with my teeth being super white, he'll be able to see that too much. So we'll do that. You can also increase the plaque amount right here. And change the color. We'll pull that down though. Let's give him the pearly whites. He's gonna have some nice teeth. You can also open the jaw. Get a little bit more better visual of some of the teeth, especially like the back teeth and stuff. And yep, so that's teeth. So we'll hop into makeup. So yeah, makeup. You can apply foundation here. Choose some different foundations. It'll you know, do what foundation does. I'm not a makeup guy, so I don't really know too much about makeup, but I know a little bit about what foundation is. So you change the intensity, increase it, or decrease it. We'll go down there. Dude is caked up at this end, and basically none down here. So let's get him caked up so we can kind of show up the roughness here. So roughness, you'll get, if it's low, you know, it'll kind of shine, get a little bit more reflections going. If you pull it up, a little bit less of that going on. Concealer, now I have no idea what concealer is. Not a makeup person, but concealer does something. I can't really tell. But yeah, so you got foundation here. We're just gonna get rid of foundation. You can also add some makeup around the eyes. So this is the tab that I would normally mess with, like especially for like female characters, or like say, like I was saying earlier, like vampire characters. I like to use, you know, things like this. You can change the color here. We'll give them some dark. We'll give them some dark color here. Metalness, I think that'll also kind of make it so the roughness, shine, metalness. Kind of figured metalness would do that as well. Okay, yeah, let's pull the transparency down. That's why we're not seeing much. So we'll pull that down. So let's see what metalness does. Try to get closer. Yeah, it looks like it kind of spreads it out a little bit, but yeah, they have all these presets for different eye makeup. We'll give him none though. Then you got blush, and yeah, blush is, you know, pretty obvious what blush does. And increase the intensity there. Roughness, same thing. If it's low, you'll get some of that shine. If it's higher, Looks like it blends in a little bit better. So we'll give him no blush. And then you got lips. It's gonna be lipstick. Let's give him some nice lipstick here. Roughness, you know, low. It shines a little bit. High, it doesn't shine as much. Less reflection. Transparency, that'll just kind of blend it in. We'll go down low. All right. So we'll give him no makeup. All right. So now we'll move on to the head. This is going to be hairs. So we'll click on the style here and go no hair. So one thing with the hairs, if you're making video game characters, or if you're running on a PC that isn't, you know, super top notch, like my PC is not super great, so I have to be careful about the hairs that I choose here. And in recent times, I've actually gotten to where I don't even use any of these hairs. I've gotten to where I go in and make my own custom hair in Blender. We'll do a tutorial on that in the future, but you got to be careful about these hairs. The ones with these little symbols here, like we were pointing out in the beginning of the video, it says you can only display LODs 0 and 1, and that's going to be really expensive. So if you have a PC that is not, you know, top of the line, or, you know, mid to low grade PC, I would recommend staying away from these hairs, because they're going to be really expensive and definitely cost you a lot of frames. So I typically just don't even choose those hairs. So we'll let's give him some nice long hair. They've got some decent options for hair. I would say this is one of the weaker points for metahumans. I would like more hair options. It would be nice to have some more hair options. But yeah, you can change the color of the hairs up here. Right here. They also have presets. You can just choose some preset colors. We'll go custom, give him some hair like that. And then you can go into details, and this will change roughness. So yeah, again, roughness, you go down, you get some of that shine. You go up, it's a little less shine, and then, yeah. That is full roughness. We'll go back down to about the middle. I think this looks the most natural for most people. Right in there. And then salt and pepper. This is gonna be basically the like grayness, like white streaks, pretty much. Yeah, like that. Like gray hair. And then you can change the lightness of it, so that'll make it. Here, let's pull that up. So you can get a little better visual. So it gets really bright, a little less bright at the bottom. We'll give him no salt and pepper. He's a young fella. And yeah. Now this I typically don't mess with too much, but it is pretty cool. You can kind of give him some other colors. Again, I wish they had better options for these colors, because like it would be cool to make like a punk rock girl with like some purple hair. Oh, you can enable hair dye here, actually. Okay, you can do that, actually. Alright, this is... Okay, so you can do that. Yeah, this is also something I don't really mess with too much, especially since I've been making custom hairs in Blender. Yeah, you can kind of give them some cool little tips there. You can shift to where it is, how much of it is on there. Let's give him some like purplish tips there. Contrast. Oh wow, contrast really kind of looks like it does almost what shift does. Almost the same thing. And then intensity, you can bring it down, basically none there. Intensity all the way up, it's pretty there. We'll bring it to about there. He dyed his hair a little while ago, so it's fading out a little bit. And then highlights. This is also something I don't really mess with. It looks like it kind of goes to the same area. So let's enable hair dye here. And yeah. Very similar to the ombre or amber, however the hell you say that. So same thing, intensity. I think you get the point. So yeah, then you got, we'll go down to eyebrows here. They have some preset eyebrows. Let's get a little bit closer so you can see. Basically gonna be the same thing as hair. You have all these presets for different eyebrows. Similar options for the colors. Basically the exact same setup as the hair options. And same goes for eyelashes, just presets. You got a bunch of presets for eyelashes. We can make him very, very, very nice eyelashes there. Almost like a glam. Let's make him a little glammy. Give me a little glam fella going on there. So salt and pepper, we'll bring that down. Bring that down as well. And then same thing like I was saying for the hair. Same thing goes for the mustaches. You got to be careful about these little symbols right here. Typically, like I said, I don't use any of these that have that symbol on there because you won't be able to use any LODs below LOD 1. So it's going to be really expensive. And let's give him a solid little mustache there. And then details, same thing. You're going to have, I guess you got to add some custom colors here. Unless you do custom, I think it's going to be the same color as your main hair. Let's go back there. Yeah. Yeah, if you want it to be a different color, you got to click custom. We will turn that off though. And then same thing for beard. Like I was saying, they got the presets here, but you got to be careful with these symbols here. Which kind of sucks because like the coolest beards here, like the mutton chops, I would love to have the mutton chops, but you can't go below LOD 1 with it. So yeah, I would just stay away from those if your PC can't handle it. So we'll give them this beard right here. Same thing, same details as pretty much all the other hairs. And yeah. So now we'll go down to the body proportions. The proportions I would say are pretty decent. It would be nice to have some options for, like, say if you wanted them to have like kid characters or, you know, stuff like that, but sadly they don't have that option. But there is some tricks to making some kid characters. We'll make some tutorials on that in the future. Using I've done it before using a software called Makehuman, and then you go in and then you add Makehuman into Unreal Engine, and then you can bring that character into the Metahuman creator. We'll go over that in a future tutorial. But yeah, they have proportions. So first things first, they have short, average, and tall. And pretty much in all of these tabs, all of the options are going to be basically the same. You're going to have, what do they call it? This is like average skinny, and then average, you know, a little bit overweight here. This is going to be the female side, and then this is going to be the male side. I typically stick with just the average. This is going to be your standard average here. Right there. Then they have tall. It's going to be pretty much all the same options, but the Metahuman is going to be taller. We'll get back so you can see the difference. Alright, so that's the tall, average, and then average, and then short, average. So we'll just go back to average. And this is, we'll move on to the tops here. This is somewhere where I also think Metahumans is really, really lacking. This is their clothing options. This is your shirt options. They are... Metahumans has been around for a while now, and we still have the same clothing options that we had from the very start. I think they really need to work on adding some clothing options. Yeah, so you can stick with you can grab, you know, presets here. They got a t-shirt, this button-down shirt, they got a sweater here, and then they got a hoodie here. And yeah, metahumans are expensive. Metahumans are expensive. Ah, we got disconnected. We'll just refresh. Alright, so we're back in. Luckily, we didn't lose our character. Metahumans, I've been disconnected a few times like that, and it's typically pretty good. So if you want to edit this is a good time to talk about it. So when you have a My Metahuman, if you have one that exists, you can just go in and edit it. And then let's just get back to where we were. We were at the tops here. So you have, let's go to the sweater here. So the sweater, you have some options. Or actually, here, let me go back to here. The t-shirt looks like it has these fabric options. So yeah, pretty much what you want on the t-shirts. Some different details that they have here. They have some pretty decent little details here. And then the sleeves are going to be different. Secondary fabric here. So you can grab that, throw that there. Sleeves, you can have some different details. Pretty decent little options. I personally, I would recommend practicing with Blender or some other softwares for making custom clothing, which we will also go over that in a future video. But yeah. So those are the fabric options. You also got some details here. Horizontal shift, it'll just kind of, you know, shift where the fabric and stuff is, or the details on the fabric. You can change the scale of it. Same for the secondary, you can shift that around, change the scale of it. And then you have graphic. So this is, I would imagine you probably wouldn't want to mix these with the fabric. I don't know, you could probably get some decent looking things, but yeah, it's basically just little decals pretty much to throw on the shirts. We'll give them a little happy mushroom there. And yeah, I got some pretty little decent details here. You also got color options for them that you can change around here. So let's make it, let's change some of the colors here. Let's make it purple, and let's make this one let's make it we'll just make it white. We'll just make that one little part purple. Also the red is kind of, yeah, we'll make that. Alright, so we'll move on down to the bottoms here. And same goes for the bottoms. I wish they had more options. I'm a little less picky on bottoms though. It doesn't really matter too much. It does kind of suck though. They don't really have good options for, like, say you wanted to make a medieval character. Like, they do not have like good clothing options for like making a medieval character. Which, you know, if you're making an RPG or like stuff like that, I highly recommend practicing like 3D modeling some custom clothing, because pretty much the clothing options you're gonna get with metahumans are gonna be very modern style. So like if you wanted, you know, fantasy characters and stuff like that, you're gonna have a tough time here. So definitely recommend either having a 3D modeler do that, or someone that is good. There's a software out there specifically for making custom clothing. I forget what it's called, but I typically just 3D model them in Blender. That's what I've done in the past. But yeah, you got some jeans, some pants, some shorts, some options here, and pretty much the you know, these details are gonna be the same as the tops. Let's give him some skinny jeans here, and we'll make it darker, like black color. He's gonna be a seeny weeny guy, full on seeny weeny. Secondary color, I don't know if there's any secondary colors. It might be like the stitching. So let's see, I think this is the stitching color. Yeah, it is. Yep. So you can change like the stitching around the pockets and the zipper and stuff like that. And then details, doesn't look like we get details on this. Maybe on the shorts. Yeah, you can kind of change some details. I'm guessing there's not going to be any options for graphics on the bottoms, but we'll look. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can add any graphics to the bottoms, but the tab's there. Alright, so we'll just go back to this. Give him the skinny jeans. And then the shoes, I think the shoes are, you know, they're still also pretty limited, but let's give him some boots here. Rock some boots. Got some sandals, the flats, you know, basically like Vans pretty much here. Got the running shoes, casual sneakers, loafers, and Oxfords. And then same, you got some color options here. Change the color, we'll make those dark. And since our stitching here is red, let's go ahead and make our secondary color here red. And then details, I don't know if any of these are gonna, let's see if we get any detail options on any of these shoes here. Doesn't look like we do. Let's go to the flip-flops. Yeah, so no detail options on any of the shoes from what I can tell. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. That is how you make a metahuman. And in the next video, we will make it so you could play as your metahuman in the in Unreal Engine. We'll show you how to add it to the engine and how to use it, how to make it your player character. So we'll be using this guy to show it off. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Oh wait. Before we end, there was something I just remembered. So just for funsies, they have these options down here for little animations that you can do. Forgot to go over this. So you can got some little animation options that you can kind of see them in. Kind of fun to do. Pretty fun. But yeah, you get the idea. You get the idea. So yeah, we will call it here. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any suggestions for tutorials you would like to see, let me know those down in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.